Hello guys, sensitive fellow people, earth angels, starseeds, chosen ones, empaths, highly sensitive people. So this can be such a common issue in your life, like it has been for me my entire life, that the system does not support you. The system and the people around you do not see you for who you are. They don't see your value. They don't respect you. They don't actually get to know you. They don't have those emotional skills what are needed in order to be building a healthy, stable, genuine, authentic, honest connection with somebody. And yes, this can involve the system, the society, the government, for example, social workers, doctors, the police, whoever who is in a position, in a profession that they should help you. But instead, they hurt you more. They make your trauma worse. Your PTSD symptoms can be rising up. Panic attacks, all kinds of feelings and emotions that remind you of your trauma, of all the toxic bullshit that you have already been going through all your life. Childhood trauma, likely, because likely you have been abused ever since childhood. And so this is just coming to me that I just need to talk about that. When this happens, that people in the system do not support you, they don't see you and all those things, they don't respect you. I think it is important for you to understand that this is the case, that it is not your issue, because so easily you can blame yourself again, and even more so if you have been depressed because of the bullying and abuse, and you have been blaming yourself. Maybe you don't even realize it always. That you are subconsciously, unconsciously actually against yourself because you have been so bullied and abused. You have been neglected. People left you alone when you needed them the most, for example. They ignored you and your feelings and your emotions and, who you are as a person. And the irony of this can be that sometimes you might have to have this painful lesson, this painful experience, sort of like a test from the universe, from God, from your angels, that you are supposed to be standing your ground even more, that you might have to go to the police, you might have to call the emergency number, you might have to go to somebody who you might not even believe that can help you, or something like that. Of course, act on what your intuition tells you, or listen to God, pray about it, manifest help and support. You can manifest those things that should be aligned with you, that actually are good for you. Yes, you can do that as well. And it is completely okay if you feel like you don't know yourself, or you don't know what's going on, or you don't really have any hope in your future, in your life. We have to remember that we have to allow ourselves be who we are. If we are suppressing ourselves, we will be becoming ill. We become depressed. We become those watered down, suppressed versions of ourselves. We're not being our authentic selves at all, and we're just losing ourselves to please other people. We're losing ourselves in the process of being bullied and abused, disrespected. Now, is that a healthy life? Is that a stable, happy life? No, it's not. It will be causing you more trauma, more issues, more pain, more illness. And so this is again why, if you are in this situation that you feel like nobody is helping you, that the system is against you and you don't know what to do and you don't feel like you belong anywhere and all of those things. Yes, I felt that ever since I have been a small child. Naturally, because I did not have the support that I would have needed, that would have been a healthy family setting to grow up in. And so I just want to give you my support, and I felt that I was called to recording this video today. That's, you know, the fact that you're ultimately still enough as you are and worthy. Because again, it can be so easy that we get lost amidst of everything happening. If the system is against us, people are attacking us, people are bullying and abusing us, taking advantage of us, because they think that us earth angels, chosen ones, we're just here to be tolerating their bullshit, their disrespect. Like we are their punching bags, which again, of course, it is even an unnatural thought. There is not a being in this world, in this universe, that would deserve such treatment. And so it's always their issue. We always need to remember. I know that this can be hard to comprehend, especially if you're still blaming yourself and feeling depressed and stuck because of all the abuse. I have been there most of my life, so I know how difficult it is to be digging yourself out of all of that gutter. You know, that dark place, when I had to do it by myself, when people were just putting me down, disrespecting me, bullying me, accusing me. They would turn everything against me if I even tried to stand up for myself in the worst cases, in the worst days. And it's been weeks and months and years of time of battle. And so, yes, I had to do a lot of work to be able to still live, you know. And so, of course, again, I've been talking a lot about healthy boundaries because I learned the hard way that we actually need them. And they are not some, like this special thing that only privileged people can have. No, healthy boundaries are really about your self-respect, self-help, you know, self-love, a powerful, healthy self-love practice that you're showing to other people, that you will not be pushed and bossed around, that they cannot just come into your life and abuse you and disrespect you and bully you and want to manipulate you and take advantage of you. That you are saying no, you are setting those boundaries. Because again, of course, those bullies want you to just be their pleaser. And abuse can also be silent. If they are ignoring you, they are not replying to you, they are not answering your questions, they are not calling you, they are not replying you, they are leaving you on red, for example. They're just giving you the silent treatment. So this means, again, that you're dealing with an immature person if this happens. They do not know how to confront a situation. They don't know how to communicate in a healthy, respectful manner. They rather shut down and become silent and ignore you instead. And maybe even do that in this cruel way that they would wish that you get hurt again by their behavior. But yes, so you get my point. That's, you know, I just wanted to address these important issues that were just coming to me today. This topic of the system, you know, and people being against you. Even though I have talked a lot about this in my videos, telling you guys about my personal experiences when I have been so attacked and bullied and abused and manipulated and taken advantage of. And that is why I want to warn you guys and, you know, spread awareness, spread knowledge, give you my support and guidance. And of course, there will be more of that if you purchase my book or check out one of my online courses, purchase my online course, because those will also help you to manifest your dreams come true and to live a better, healthier, safer life, happier life, like you're supposed to. And of course, if you book a call with me, then we would be able to talk one-on-one with confidentiality, of course. I would be able to help you, because like I have said, sometimes I cannot be helping every person who is watching my videos and reading my posts if they do not book a call with me or buy my self-help book. So how can I help, if you don't accept my help? So, and everyone's situation and story is unique. So it is impossible to be helping everybody with a one video or, like 10 posts. It just doesn't happen, because there can be so many different kinds of situations and, life stories and experiences. Yeah, so, but anyway, this can be so common. Like, people sometimes can say, I remember this girl once saying to me that, being an earth angel is so difficult, and so often we see and hear people saying that being sensitive is so awful and difficult and there's nothing good about it. But how can you live a happy life if you think like that? If you have a negative mindset about yourself, about your life, about your health, for example, about your children, about your pets, it's going to be reflecting into everything that you are and do. And you likely attract more negativity, because we usually attract the energy and vibration that we are emitting, sending out. And so again, this is of course why you should be able to stay true to yourself and be your authentic self, honestly and genuinely. And that is the core of my work. Why I created my services, that you would actually, become the empowered, authentic version of you. That you discover who you are and what you're here to do, and you're actually able to move on from those abusive, traumatizing experiences, and you can actually, be who you are. That you're not afraid anymore, you're not ashamed anymore, but you're just, speaking up when you need to and just being yourself. Because, if you let those people make you silent, you are just playing right into their bag. And that is, of course, what the demons of this world want for you to do. They don't want you to be shining your light and speaking your truth and standing up for yourself and being yourself. And they don't want you to be happy and peaceful, because basically they're jealous. They don't have happiness and peace within them, so they don't want you to have it either. It is just crazy. But after I have been discovering these patterns and these things that they just exist, my life got so much easier, and I was able to let go of so many illusions and trauma. Because I'm sure that you know by now that, narcissistic people have demons within them. They can be so cruel, they can kill people. They yell at you, they attack you, they come to your own home and yell at you and make you feel scared and afraid and, like you are pushed into a corner. Practice coercive control and reactive abuse on you. And they think that it's just completely fine. Likely they have been used to treating kind, sensitive people like that their entire lives. And so this is the pattern. And what you have to do is, again, you have to draw the line and tell them that, no, this is just not acceptable. And again, if there's any kinds of threats, somebody's threatening you, somebody's bullying you, attacking you, calling you names, trying to put you down in different ways, it's always a sign that they are just an unwell person, that they have these entities, these negative energies within them. They have nothing better to do except try to use you as their personal punching bag. And, you know, again, it's about their wounds. It's not about yours. And no matter how much you have healed, you can be attracting them and facing them, bumping into them for one reason or another. But again, we have to keep ourselves sane and safe. Because there is, of course, the danger that it will really destroy your health. Again, your mental, physical health. If somebody's attacking you. And like I said, we don't always clearly notice when somebody is attacking us. But we can notice those signs. We can notice how they are looking at us, how they are making us feel around them. Usually if somebody has attacked me, I can see it in their face. Their face expression, their eyes are so unnatural. It is so, the energy is very heavy, toxic and abusive and disrespectful. But yes, they are true, and we are not going crazy when we are noticing them. It is just a healthy sign if we are paying attention to them and noticing them, and you know, that we can actually protect our own mental and physical health, our own safety. Because again, we're not walking punching bags. So nobody has the right to manipulate us and disrespect us and walk all over us and bully and abuse us just because they are mentally and you know, in any way they are traumatized and unwell. So it is just not an excuse. Last night I had this thought. I was writing down a few thoughts again. That, you know, if somebody has the need to make you the villain when you are the victim, it is so sick, you know? Just when you think about it, it is such a sick concept. I mean, why would any sane person, for example, attack you when you stand up for yourself? They would not. A stable, sane person does not attack you just because you stand up for yourself, just because you're being yourself. No, a toxic person will make you ashamed of being who you are, of standing up for yourself, speaking your truth, setting those healthy boundaries, protecting your own safety. And it can feel very good, especially when you're still dealing with these issues, healing from that trauma, what has been done to you, especially when you are a sensitive, deep-feeling woman. It can feel very empowering when you actually learn to not shut up anymore. Even though they tell you to calm down and, you know, shut up and don't talk to me like that, and, you know, things like that. It is abusive. It is controlling, and it is just not acceptable. And there is no excuse, even though you are a sensitive, kind woman. There is no excuse for that abuse again. So the more you learn to call them out, and you actually call them out, and you actually stand up for yourself and learn those boundaries and set those boundaries and speak your truth, speak your mind, you're not ashamed anymore. You're healing from all of that crap, bullshit, and You will build confidence, self-love. You are helping yourself, and in this process, you are also able to move forward and be building your life, because you can be focusing on better, healthier things than those toxic people. These things are definitely not always easy. They are not so simple and easy. But I believe that it's our own job to help ourselves. And because there have been so many moments in my life when I really would have needed someone to talk to, someone to support me empathetically. And it made me feel so sad and even more hurt and traumatized and lost, actually. More ashamed of myself, more guilty, more fearful, more insecure and, unsafe when I did not have the support that I would have needed and deserved. And at that time, I even subconsciously carried this strong belief, naturally, because of all the abuse that I've been through, that that I'm just not worthy of the support, that it is impossible for me to receive the right support. And so this is again one of those huge core reasons why I'm here talking and writing and speaking, doing what I have been called to do. So, because we're not supposed to be stuck like that. And so we just have to know when we're dealing with toxic people, when we're dealing with narcissistic people, so that we can know who is healthy and who is not. Because toxic is not healthy. Immature, unstable, not trustworthy, that is not healthy. It will be destroying your mental health, your physical health even. So we have to know. We really have to know. A narcissist will want things from you, even though you are, for example, lying in the hospital, almost dying. They might call you, "Oh, I need something from you." They don't care about you or your needs, what you're going through. They don't care about your feelings, your experiences, who you are. They don't care about your physical pain. They make you feel worse. They make you the problem. They cause problems out of nowhere. They accuse you of being inappropriate. Honestly, I swear, if I hear one more narcissist saying to me that, "Oh, you're being so inappropriate," when I'm only calling them out and speaking my truth and setting my boundaries. Because again, we're not here to be people pleasers. If we are people pleasers, if we do what they say, calm down, shut up, don't be yourself. You are this and this and this. You are so ugly, whatever the name calling is. If we believe those things, if we let them control us, who are we? We just become their personal slaves. And that is why in one post I wrote, "Make the narcissist your bitch." Because this is what you ultimately want to do. You want to turn the tables around. You want to shift, the switch, the situation around in your favor. So this is why you sort of have to stop being the slave. Because you are supposed to be the boss of your own life. You're supposed to be the boss of you. They are not entitled. Nobody is entitled to be putting you down, bullying you, disrespecting you, hurting you, abusing you, taking advantage of you, manipulating you. Nobody has those rights. They are not born with those rights. And we just have to remind them, if we encounter that treatment, we have to remind them, you're not the boss of me. You don't get to treat me that way. You don't get to talk to me that way. I don't care what your reason is, but it is still not acceptable. We just have to be clear.